What is going on, guys? It is Thursday. We are back with another episode of the Lightning Kid MMA Beginner's Guide. I am Marcos, the Lightning Kid Estrada, and I'm happy to have you guys here. I got a lot of awesome feedback from the last video talking about MMA and depression, episode 5. If you haven't seen it, please go check it out. A lot of messages, a lot of likes, a lot of support, people reaching out, making sure I was okay, which I am. I'm totally fine. I promise you guys. And yeah, I mean, along those same lines of kind of, that whole mental health thing, I think that a huge conversation that we're having, especially in 2020 on the internet, is like body positivity and self-love and acceptance. And I'm all for it, right? I'm 100% for, using the tools and things that God gave you, right? And not really changing them based on, some kind of public opinion, right? And so as a fitness professional, as someone who has worked in the industry for 5 years, 5+ years, I got beef with it. I think that the fitness industry in some ways is kind of toxic, especially to everyday people, right? Now, again, and there are plenty of people who change their life with fitness. There are people who make a lot of money off of fitness and have helped people change their lives through fitness. So those aren't the people I'm talking about, right? Those aren't the Milton Alvarez's and the Koji Tanakas of the world, right? Those guys know what they're doing, right? They're good at what they do. They're not negatively affecting people. But I think that there are a lot of people who take advantage of the little guy, right? The person who doesn't really know that much. And that's where my problem lies. Is like, if we want to talk about body positivity and loving yourself and stuff, then we need to be going out about it the right way, right? So here's my take on it, right? Here's the Lightning Kid perspective, right? If you have two schools of thought, right? Like in cars, you have aesthetics and you have performance. In my opinion, getting in shape is kind of the same way. And if you want to really affect change, right? If you really want to, get the results that you want, well, you need to be doing the right things, right? Episode 2 of my beginner's guide, the type of fitness that you're trying to do to get the goals that you want, right? But now I'm just kind of thinking about more the perspective of it, because as someone who has, again, been around and admired a lot of athletes and seen people come and go within the fitness industry, there's a lot of misinformation, or at least just like, in my opinion, wrong perspective, right? Like, the fitness industry, not all of it, but a good majority of it is based on what you look like. How big are your biceps? What is your body fat percentage? What do you weigh? What is your waist size? What kind of yoga pants do you look good in, right? Like, do you look, what I'm saying? And it's like, is that okay? Is there anything wrong with having an awesome physique? Absolutely not. I think it's awesome. I admire people who do, but at the same time, it's not always done in the healthiest way, right? And of course, on the other side of the spectrum, MMA fighters aren't always the healthiest people either, right? So I'm not trying to cast stones in any way, but for the beginner, right, for the person who's starting out and saying, man, I really want to make a change in my life. I've been away from the gym for a while and I'm nervous, or COVID shut down my gym and my fitness went out the window and now I want to come back, but it's like, man, what do I do? Which way do I go, right? And so, in my opinion, as a fitness professional and somebody who's been training martial arts for 20 years, I've seen the lasting results, and it comes from learning a skill. Performance-based success, right? It can be so discouraging. I've participated in fitness. I've lifted weights. I've played sports. I did all that stuff. And I can tell you how discouraging it is when you look at yourself and you don't see the result that you want, right? Or it's not coming as fast as you wanted it to be, right? And then when those days come where you're like, ugh, I don't want to do this, those days turns into weeks turn into months, and now it's October 2020 and you haven't made any change. In fact, you probably gained weight, right? And so now you're beating yourself up and saying, oh, you know what? I'll just wait till next year. Summer is, 9 months away. I'll just wait till next year. And now what? Now you don't look any better. You don't feel any better, and you're not any healthier, right? And so on the other side of the spectrum, right, you have an entire industry that's based off of merit, off of skill, of what you can accomplish, right? What you can perform. right? Like the skills and things that you can attain. You want to talk about body positivity. You want to talk about acceptance, right? Learn to use the things that God gave you instead of trying to change them, right? Learn to use your weight in a certain way. Learn to use your length. Learn to use your speed that you've been granted because you're so light, right? Learn to use all of that. And in that process, you will get into better shape. And in that process, you're going to begin to look at ways to increase your skill, right? Because personally, as a martial artist and someone who's trained and competed my entire life, I hate fitness, okay? I hate running. I hate lifting. I hate band work. I hate doing all that stuff because it's dumb and it's boring and it's monotonous, but it's important. And if I don't do that, I'm not going to reach my maximum potential as a martial artist, right? I'm going to be losing to guys who are just as good as me, who know just as much, but they're just a little bit stronger or just a little bit more flexible, right? So it shifts the perspective of as what success is. Success in the gym as a martial artist is being able to perform a certain movement, sweeping a guy, choking a guy out, or, landing a couple shots in sparring. Whereas success in aesthetics, success in fitness is, oh my God, you lost so much weight. Look at your waist size. You went down 4 dress sizes. Oh my God, right? But if you aren't healthier, then you could be harming yourself even more, right? You could be harming yourself on the path to bettering yourself. And for me, that's kind of scary, yo. And like, you have to protect yourself, right? Protect your neck, as the late great Wu-Tang Clan said, right? And if you put yourself in an environment where everyone is trying to strive towards mastery and performing better, you're gonna find yourself getting to where you want to be over time instead of this roller coaster ride that you have over here and this love-hate relationship you have with the gym, right? When I hurt my knee a year ago, right, and I was out of training for 5 months, and I was just like, let me take a break, right? Do you think I went back and started running on the treadmill? Do you think I went back and started hitting the kettlebells? No, I started going back to jiu-jitsu. And through training in jiu-jitsu, it's like, oh man, I gotta start hitting the kettlebells again. I gotta start running again. I gotta start hitting the rowing machine again. If I want to get back to where I was at, right, then I got to start doing this, right? And it's based more on what you're doing physically, accomplishing, instead of, oh man, I gained 20 pounds and I don't look like this anymore, and I don't and you begin to pile on, and it could become a neurological disorder to where, well, I'm only eating 1 salad a day, or I'm eating lemon juice water, and cayenne pepper because I need to get my body back, right? In martial arts, there's room for everybody, whether you're fat, tall, skinny, lanky, short, wiry, right? It doesn't matter. There's weight class for you, right? There is a partner that you can train with, right? And so again, guys, if this is what we want, this is what we want to accomplish in 2020, self-love, right? Like, then we need to be doing it the right way. You need to be going about in a positive way, right? And so that's it, guys. I don't want to go too long on this one, and I just wanted to present, red pill, blue pill, aesthetics, the way you look, your waist size versus performance, what you can do, what you can accomplish, the techniques you can learn, right? I promise you, if you go about it the correct way, you're eventually going to get to the result that you want, right? Instead of this up and down, up and down, up and down, right? So, guys, 2020, the gyms are coming back, right? Things are starting to lift. Guidelines are starting to loosen up a little bit. Now is the time, right? Now is when you need to start working on it. Don't wait for it to start getting warm outside again, because it's Chicago and it's probably not going to happen for a while, right? So, guys, thank you for the love and the support. Thank you for all the messages. It's been awesome. You guys are awesome. And Lightning Kid out. We'll see you next time.